Good morning, everyone. It is go time. It's 9 o'clock. Very, very excited to have you guys on the call. We've got people jumping in right now. So while people are jumping in the chat, if you don't mind, go ahead and put what is going on this AEP for you or OE so far, what you've seen in the market. Just share if you guys can share, if something's working well for you, if you feel like you're going to have a panic attack, whatever it is, just share. I think we all kind of need to hear from each other during the busiest time of the year. So I really appreciate you guys being on this call. I'll share that I've been really proud to see the progress from our team and the hard work that they put in to support you guys. They have done a phenomenal job getting everybody ready. So I will say that it feels like the smoothest season we've had in a while. So just want to say thanks to my team at HPM for doing all the hard work that they do. So on that note, our mission here is to serve those that serve others, which is you. That's why we do these calls. If you have suggestions, ideas, or thoughts on what you would like from these calls, please don't hesitate to send us an email to support@askhpm.com, and we will do our best to cover those topics. Also, our YouTube channel, this is being streamed live on YouTube, so we do have some folks that are tuned in on that side of it as well, but we also will have those calls being recorded as well. So just want to make sure that you guys know that. And it's ready to rock. So with that, I'm going to jump over to HQ here. I'm going to share my tab. Give me 1 second. And let me know if you guys can see my screen with a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Looks like it's sharing. Cool. Let me see in the chat what you guys going on while that's pulling up. Got a thumbs up. Cool. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day in Georgia. Love it. John is saying from Health First that for this AEP, Health First is doing great throughout Central Florida and the greater Daytona area. Love that. Romilda says lots of calls, wanting information on all the changes. Love that, love that. Thank you, Mike, for posting the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, it's the one thing I ask, because I know that it's Monday. I know we're in the middle of, a double open enrollment right now. So if a client calls you and you got to jump off the call or you have to take an appointment, we get it. We know how busy it is. And we're going to continue these calls because it's important that you grab this information and use it to the best of your ability. So with that, this is HQ, your headquarters. You should start your day here, run your day here, end your day here. That's the idea behind it. And V2 is coming soon. Very excited to see all the cool changes and updates that are happening on that. But we're going to go over to the training calendar. Let's jump into learning. And then the training calendar is right here. So we click training calendar. And I always like to go to week view just because it's a little bit easier to read. So trainings this week. We've got AvMed today at 10 o'clock. They're doing their IFP rollout. So if you're interested in learning about their individual and family plans, AvMed is launching that today at 10 o'clock. Just of note, AvMed is exiting the Medicare market. So just a final reminder, if you do have anybody that's on the AvMed Medicare plan, they will need to make a change prior to 1/1. So make sure that you go through your book of business. If you have anybody on AvMed, go ahead and you need to reach out to them and get them hooked up with a new plan for 1/1. If you do nothing, these people will go back on original Medicare. So just know that, okay? Tomorrow, a couple more trainings. We've got Aetna. They're doing their retail event readiness. That's at 10 o'clock. And then AvMed, another session at 10 o'clock. UHC's covering Jarvis training at 2. And then Cigna is diving into their supplemental products. And if you've been on these calls over the summer, I was talking about how imperative it is for you to learn ancillary products and supplemental products. We're continuing to add more and more to that. So jump on that. Ask Al is available 9:30 to 10:30 every Wednesday. He's there in case you run into a weird situation. Another session for AvMed at 10 on Wednesday. Aetna's covering dual eligibles and their DSNP plans. That's at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. UHC CSNPs. Now, I will say this also, that CSNPs specifically are the hottest product this year. Even in AEP, we're seeing more CSNPs sold than any time in our history. CSNPs are hot, hot, hot. So, you know, the top plans right now being sold are CSNP plans. You know, if you're in markets where Devoted is located, their CSNP is on fire right now. Humana's CSNPs are on fire right now. Freedom has always been steady in that market. So, you know, pay attention to those CSNPs. If you're lost and you don't know what I'm talking about, that's probably the training you need to be at. That's at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. UHC, they're doing the SSBCI training. We're getting a lot of questions around that. This is those benefits, those pesky benefits on like who gets the food card and all that. You're going to want to tune in on that on noon on Thursday. HQ intro training at 3 o'clock on Thursdays. And then on Fridays, we've got Tom Ryan available 9:30 to 10:30 for HPM Shop. If you have any questions, concerns, or rude remarks, he'll be on that call there to guide you through that. Cigna is going through military health benefits for MA as well. That's at 10 o'clock. And then the Part D training for UHC for 2026 is 11 o'clock on Friday. Remember, guys, 1 foot in the classroom and 1 foot in the field at all times. Okay. I don't care if you've been in this business for 10 years or 10 minutes. We all need training. We all need updates. This is part of the purpose of this call is to ensure that you guys have all the information that you need to be successful, but you got to show up. My general rule of thumb, just attend 1 training a week. I know this is a lot, but what's the one weakest area that you have? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I'm really curious. What's the weakest area in your business right now that you need training on? If I see a trend and there's not a training, then we'll create one for you, or we'll get an expert to come on and talk about it. I see one for MedSup. Thank you for putting that in there. We're gonna ask for some MedSup trainings. Love that. Very good. Okay. All right, just checking the notes here. It's great listening to the podcast. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I wanted to actually, that's next up. So Mike, if you don't mind posting the links in the chat here. We have episode 4 that has linked and synced in on Spotify and on YouTube. So 4 episodes in the bag. My goal is to have 13 before the end of the year. So I shot 5 and 6, so those are going to be coming out soon, about halfway there. So later this week, we'll have more episodes. Mike's going to put the links in the chat. Please subscribe to those. I really appreciate it. I'm able to go into topics deeper on those podcasts than I do on these calls because I only get 15 minutes with you guys. So I cover the very, very high-end stuff. Dave says they have a great guarantee issue option for MedSup. Oh, I think he was referring to Cigna. So thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Victor, Cigna plans. Oh, also Cigna plans exits in certain counties. So pay attention to that. Cigna's pulling back. People are looking for MedSup training, grassroots activity. Love that. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that. Training on turning doctors into friends. Okay, yeah, you got it. That's going to be a whole thing right there. But if you haven't seen the podcast, it's in the chat there on Spotify. Thanks, Mike, for sharing the link. And then he also shared the YouTube. You can go out to the YouTube and subscribe there, and you'll get the episodes as well. Takes a lot of work to put these things together. I'll tell you that much. We got 3 people working on these podcasts. It's pretty crazy, but love it. Thank you very much. All right. I also want to cover, let me see if I can get to it. I didn't pull it up in time. The AEP contest, which I'm actually surprised that nobody has really been asking about that. So if you were at our kickoff, you should have seen our Get in the Ring presentation. And in that presentation, we talk about where are we going for the AEP contest. And this is part of our culture, right? So let's see if I can just do the slideshow really quick. So AAP Contest 2026, we are going to the beautiful and exotic island of St. Lucia. So this trip will happen in the springtime. We're shooting for around April or May, maybe even June. So somewhere in that area. Don't make any serious plans. It'd probably be more May than June, or more May than April. Yeah, I would say probably somewhere in late May, early June is what we're shooting for. And this is 5 days on this beautiful island, and we are running a contest for this. So I don't have all the details for how we're tracking just yet, but here are the basic fight rules. And I wanted to share this with you just as a reminder, because you guys are already like busting it out. It's been 2 weeks already. And then you have OE as well on top of it. So I know many of you are working really, really hard. So this is a based on points only. You cannot get on this trip other than through the points. Only HPM shop apps count. Now, we are aware that this year more than ever, there has been several plans that are not on shop, and there are several carriers that are not on shop, and you want to do what's best for your client first. So in those situations where that particular plan or that particular carrier is not on shop, for the first time ever, we are going to count those points towards the contest. Okay. How to say this, if the carrier or the plan is on shop and you write it outside of shop, it will not count. Okay. So again, only if the plan or carrier is not available on shop, you cannot write it, we will count those points. We will have a tracking mechanism shortly. So just make sure, you might have to do a little bit of an audit here in the last 2 weeks, but we are going to do that for you as well. There are no point exchanges. You can't buy points. You can't give points away. You can't take points. You can't steal them. None of that nasty Santa or whatever you guys call it. No point exchanges. That was a nightmare when we did that. If you are part of an agency partners will pay 50% of the cost for the trip if you qualify. So we will have those to your agency partners shortly. So they already know this. They were well informed in the summertime, and then also before we launched the contest. So if you're part of an agency, you can also make the trip. Your agency would just cover 50%. This is for Medicare Advantage plans only, no SUPs, no PDPs. Okay. So that is there. And this is for 1/1 business, not 11/1, 12/1, 2/1, 3/1. It has to be 1/1 effective. And then lastly, they must be new to HPM / carrier. Now, last year, we ran into a big problem because several of you rewrote some Humana business, and it may actually have been new to you, but it was a plan change within the carrier. So some of you rewrote the Humana plans, and you were able to snap up some business. It was new to HPM, but it was not new to the carrier. And the way that the points work is it is based on a dollar amount, and the dollar amount on a plan change is just not there for us to support the contest. So the plan changes, if it is new to HPM and new to the carrier, then it will count. Okay. So if you're switching clients, back and forth and they're already with the HPM, those points do not count. Okay. This is looking for new business. Okay. New business. And we will have the point system up, but we're looking for 60 points. That's 60 new clients to HPM and carrier, 60 points to get on the trip. Again, 5 days on the beautiful island of St. Lucia. Okay. So that is the AP contest. We are in the midst of building out a page inside HQ. I believe it will live under commissions. And then once that's built out, we will share that with you. We know that preliminary points are kind of a hot mess. We are going to have a points board there. But again, just keep in mind, it's preliminary, meaning preliminary. It's Monday. It's preliminary, meaning that they may not be finalized until mid-January, because we have to go through every carrier, every agent, every app. And so Liam's already working on that. We have a system down to track it. And then we'll also have a system to track those apps that are on the that are not on shop. We'll have a form to complete for you so we can track those apps and get you the points needed for that as well. So just remember, preliminary leaderboard will be on HQ for you guys to take a look at, and some friendly competition so you can see who's going to make the trip. We have lots of different tier levels. So at 60 points, you get on the trip. We'll pay for the flight, the transportation, all that good stuff. And then there is an upgrade for a balcony. I don't have the exact points in front of me, but those will all be laid out. And there's a tier for bringing a person with you, and then also a suite upgrade. So if you're just absolutely rocking it, then we want you on this trip, and we want you to have a great time. So that is that. The last thing that I have before I put on Health First this morning is, if you're experiencing issues with HPM Shop, best course of action is to shoot over an email to support@askhpm.com. Just as a reminder, support@askhpm.com. It'll open up a ticket, and the tech team will be jumping on those issues. We think we know what's going on with most of the issues here, but just in case, if you see something and you're like, I've never seen that before, or this is an error, please, please, please send us over a ticket so we can get that done. All right, Nancy's saying, why are these carriers not paying us on the PPO plans? They don't want the business. Simple enough. That's pretty much what it is. They're discouraging agents by removing the commissions. So it's a product that is not profitable, and they need to slow down that growth. We're going to talk about that on the next call, so tune in next week, and we'll talk about why the carriers are not paying commissions, all right, and the details around that. So with that, I am looking for John Ashley. There he is from Health First, and I'm going to make you a presenter, Mr. John. So hang tight there. It should pop up. Your mic should be good to go. It might mute you right away. But I have had the pleasure of meeting John in the past. But if you have not met John or know who John is, then this is your chance to know. So John, can you hear us okay? You might be on mute. And Mike, I don't know if you can jump in and help out as well. There we go. I see an unmuted mic, but don't hear anything yet. John, can you hear us okay? Nothing yet. Okay. Mike is checking in on him. All right. Well, Mike's doing that. I'm going to keep the party rolling. So on the commissions, what I will say is, as a general rule, we are seeing that carriers are saying, hey, we don't want to pay commissions on these plans after the plans have been filed. So once a plan has been filed, they cannot unfile a plan, okay? But as things progress with the carriers, what ends up happening is they start seeing the numbers come in. They see, whether or not that plan is profitable or not, and it becomes a serious issue if it runs out of control. So the carrier, I think some carriers are crying wolf on this, or they've just been really bad at their actuarial. Okay, so I'm still working on that. There we go. So so that is generally what happens. The train leaves the station, the money is falling apart at the seams. The carrier is like, whoa, if we don't do something about this, we're going to bleed to death. And so what they do is they can't unfile a plan. They still have to make it out in the general public in the wild. They can't take it out of the wild, but they can do a couple things legally. And I'm not going to say this is ethically, but legally they can pay whatever commissions they want, including zero. Okay. They can remove those plans from certain enrollment platforms. We call that suppression. So they're suppressing those plans from the enrollment platforms. This discourages agents like us not to be able to sell it. And now Dave just pointed something out, and I was getting there. Thank you, Dave, for the reminder. And I read the letter from Idaho. So Idaho sent out a nastygram to all of the carriers saying, we are not going to allow this behavior in our state. And I didn't know about Delaware, so thank you for that. I'm going to do some research on Delaware. But Idaho says, if you make these plans, if you file these plans, you must make them commissionable. You cannot discourage an agent from offering these products to their customers. You must make them readily available on all platforms that you are on and have business on. No games. And so I'm really happy to see that there's another state that followed suit, and they will be taking action against these carriers. So I think this is phenomenal news for us. I was really quite disturbed to learn that that CMS didn't step in. That I was really concerned about that they didn't do something last year, because this behavior has been going on for over a year now. So thank you, Dave. And this is another part on like why you need to be part of NABIP. NABIP is talking to the insurance regulators, so I appreciate that. Be involved with these movements, because this is your voice, guys. Dave, I don't know if you want to put in the link for NABIP membership. I'd appreciate that. Just shoot us an email, guys, at support if you're interested in joining NABIP. We still have a discount available for HPM. And I think we got John. So John, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We got you, man. We got you. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for that. And Dave, thanks for the
I got a new sound man, so.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Rock and roll. Well, thank you, John. If you want to introduce yourself and let them know the good news about Health First, and let her rip.
Perfect there. For those of you not familiar with us, we have been around 30 years, so we're not the new kid on the block. There we are, one of the largest employers in Brevard County with 4 hospitals. And, we had a med flight helicopter and big medical groups. So, we've been building our business the right way for 30 years there. And we are basically supplying Medicare Advantage plans throughout Central Florida. And so I've been working with some of your great reps there, Rosie there, Ramilda, Bud, got to spend some time with him. So you have a great team. And we're just proud to be working with you. But we are expanding this year, and we do have plans through 12 counties now. We are new to Osceola, Polk, Pasco, and Hernando County. And we are offering a give back plan. And first and foremost, we are paying full commission. Since on that topic, questions. So that's a big concern there. I know when I was a rep, it was a big concern. And our plans in those areas are $0 a month on that. So, no monthly premium. That's pretty standard. And we do offer a plan with a give back of $163. It also has a pretty low maximum out of pocket. Usually when they give you that give back, they take something else away, but our give back's $3,200, which is really good there. It also has I'll quote right here, no maximum allowance for comprehensive and preventive coverage for dental. So you're getting a give back, you're getting a low maximum out of pocket, low copay, 0 for primary there on it, and 15 for a specialist, and you're getting, your dental. So it does cover crowns and fillings, extractions, all of that. We use Liberty Network. And for our provider network, we are Advent Health. Advent Health does own a small portion of us, so they're not going anywhere. And there we've been, we kind of see eye to eye with them that we're both a nonprofit on that. And so we're trying to give our, the best benefits we can back to our members. And one way we do that is we don't require referrals. So even though we're an HMO plan, we don't offer any referrals. So you need to see a specialist. You can just go to one. You don't like them, go see another one. You want to change your primary care doctor, you don't have to file, paperwork with us. You just pick another one. So I know that's a big issue with some of the other plans in the area, going back to referrals. on their HMOs. But we do not, require that from anybody. And also a couple other things there. We got the full commission on that, the give back, the Advent Health. We do offer another plan, our basic core plan. It doesn't have the give back, but it has a low maximum out of pocket of $2,400. And again, the same thing with no maximum allowance on dental on there. So basically, we're a good solid plan. We do not have a dual enrollment or a chronic plan. That's something, hopefully comes down the line, maybe a chronic, or they're kind of looking at that, but we're not going to make a promise just yet. But the other thing is our customer service. That has always been a pain point for, reps get those calls. I've been on the, phone for 4 hours, customer service, what's going on with my plan. Our customer service is in Central Florida, right here in Rockledge and Brevard. You can come visit our office and meet them on there. And they did win a J.D. Powers Award for outstanding service for customer service this year. So that means a lot to, your people there. They're looking for low co-payments, they're looking for a great network with Advent Health, they're looking to be able to contact somebody if they have a problem. We've got that solved for them. And great dental, of course. And they've got a great team working for us with Doris and Latoya. And I'm proud to be on board here. I believe it's 4 months with the company. And I just really like working for this company. I'm always here for questions. I talk to many of your people there, like I said, on a weekly basis. And we do work with Jose, to do different events to put your agents in front of people. So that's something, we're building there. And we've had some great turnouts with that. And we really look forward to working with your team. Are there any questions for us? I know I kind of ate up my time trying to get technical stuff.
No, I love it. Yeah, if you guys have questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. But I will say that, you guys have been phenomenal to work with this year, especially with the seminars. And seminars over the last 5 years or so have been hit or miss, but you guys have been knocking it out of the park with these seminars. So I want to say thanks for that. And your marketing is fantastic. It's working, which is part of, the whole thing. So.
Well, that's good to hear there. It's we start working on these early in the year, of course, there, and we're developing as we go. So any feedback is always great. And I speak with Rosie all the time on there. She's got a great team, and Bud's been great with us as well. He's given some great feedback, like working with him a lot. So anybody else that's interested in our plans, let us know. I'm going to see if I can send an email to Nick that has an overview of all our plans, all the contact information, everything you would need. And maybe you can get that out to your team for people not aware of us, and they can, call me and I can take it from there with any questions.
Awesome. So we do have a couple notes here. The first question, other than the gym membership, what other benefits are not on your summary of benefits?
We do have a rewards program there. So if they do the health assessment there, they get $50 on a card. If they do a diabetic exam, they're going to get another $25. And if we now use MyChart for all of our communications there, if they sign up for text messages in MyChart, they'll get another $25. So they can get $100 a year on top of this. And then of course we do have over-the-counter benefits there. Our give back plan does give $25 a month on there. Again, most give back plans, they take away benefits like that to do the give back. So ours has over-the-counter on it. It does have 10 round trips for transportation on it, and it has the low maximum out of pocket and the dental. So we kind of got an all-in-one plan there. And then of course, the hearing, the dental, the vision, all that standard there. And the gym membership is through Silver and Fit, which is close to Silver Sneakers there. They got all the main gyms that everybody else does.
Awesome. I do see that Larry has his hand up. Larry, if you could just go ahead and pop your question in the chat. Because
I guess I'm not seeing the chat there, but
yeah, because it does get a little wild if we open up mics. So,
gotcha.
So Mike just posted the link to the state of Idaho notice, and Whitney also posted back a little bit back in the chat. More states will need to follow suit. Agree. I think after we see 2 or 3 states, you see this momentum rolling. And they're right, non-commissionable is just nonsense there. Yeah. John, it looks like people are looking for your contact info.
Put that in the chat there, or you want me to send it out to Nick or you?
What I'll do is, why don't you go ahead and say what it is, and I'll post it in here for the
Okay.
chat for you while you're.
Email is John, John,
Mm-hmm.
.Ashley, ASHLEY, at hf.org, because we are a nonprofit, so it's .org.
Got it. Cool. Got you there. And then is there a good number for you?
321 434 4532.
All right. And I put that in the chat for everybody as well. So add them to your contacts, save health first health plans.
Right.
There
If
you
you
go.
have time to do a one-on-one, I'd be glad to, run through the plan, take 10, 15 minutes of your time and answer all your questions. We can do that. We set up a Zoom meeting with your agents, whatever you need, we're here. And I'm a night owl, so, after your day's done, you want to do it then, feel free.
Love that. Dave was saying contracting and certification process was super smooth and easy. Just did it after AP started based on a client request. So, that is good. So, as you're bumping into people, know that it's not that hard to add another carrier, guys. Do what's right for your clients. If you know and see that Health First is got some seriously good looking plans, just shoot an email or go into HQ and request the contract. I've showed you guys how to do that in the past. If you're lost, just shoot an email to contracting@askhpm.com. Mike, if you could just put that email in the chat as well, contracting@askhpm.com, just for everybody requesting your Health First contract, and we'll get the link out as well. Rosie says she is blessed to have the HFHP as our partnership. She's been working really deep with you guys in the Tampa market, so we appreciate that.
Her team is great. Well, let me clarify that too, that the biggest question I get is for residents of Hillsborough and Pinellas, we don't have a plan, based in those counties. So we are, surrounding it, but we don't have for residents in those counties. We do have network in there that they can use. Tampa General's in our network as well. So if somebody lives close to them in Polk, Pasco, or one of those, they can use those network, but we don't have a plan based in those two counties yet.
Got it. Thanks for the clarification. Mary's saying, what is the OTC allowance for the Premier Access plan? Do you have that handy?
$80 a month for the Premier Access 025. And it does expire each month, so they want to go on a spending spree when they get that.
I love that. Does not roll over. All right. Esther's saying, are we able to promote individual health insurance out of market? Do you have an off exchange plan?
For individual, there was some news this year that we are pulling out of some counties for next year. So that I would contact us. We will be in Volusia and Flagler, Orange, Brevard, and Indian Harbor for next year, or Indian River.
Mm-hmm.
And we can definitely get you information on that. I work strictly on the Medicare side.
Right.
So I would get you in touch with Anne-Marie and Joanna on that.
Yeah, and I think we've had Anne-Marie on the call, and I'm sure we'll have her before the year ends. You guys,
might have me back with video too, maybe.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, these calls are always, if you're new, it's always a little wonky on the first one, but we appreciate your patience on that.
Oh, thank you guys for having us there.
Yeah.
Nice guitar in the background, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm learning. Let's just say I'm learning. Always learning, right? Before I let you go, John, you're on the Medicare side. I haven't had a chance to learn about your background per se, but from what you're seeing in AEP this year, if you were an agent like these guys on the call, is there anything that you would recommend, or what would you be doing, or where would you be focusing, or what would be your main concern essentially?
Well, I came fresh from a large carrier. I won't state it here, but last 5 years with a very large carrier, and was licensed in 22 states. So, all around the country there. And so what I'm seeing this year is a lot of hesitation, a lot of questions. People are concerned. Are there benefits going away? There's been a lot of, like you said earlier, a lot of pullback, a lot of refocus from major carriers on their PPOs. And that was a huge selling point the last couple of years. So that's the main thing. I think, with everything going on with the news and what you're hearing about insurance and support on the individual side, people are hesitant. I'm in some of these seminars face to face with people and answering their questions, and they're seeming like they're not committing as fast as they used to. So as an agent, what I would do is work that follow up. That's that is, where we live. That's how we, become successful. And that's what always worked for me. So I would ask the right questions, make sure that, you're explaining and just do the follow up with them. You might have missed a question on that first round, and you answer that one key question, and you got a friend for life there. And then you're winning the trip, and you're off to an island with, with the team.
I love that. I am so glad that you brought up follow up, because as we're moving and grooving so quickly throughout AEP and OEP, there are just so many people that you talk to that you could have made a sale on, but because you did not follow up, you lost those sales. So I'm just going to read some stats here. About 2%, only 2% of sales happen on the first contact, while 80% of sales require 5 to 12 follow-ups. 5 to 12. How many agents give up on like 2 or even 3, maybe? But the gold is at 5 and 12, guys. You got to try harder, right? It says nearly half of salespeople, 44% of you on this call, will give up after the first attempt, and 48% don't even follow up at all. So like those stats are just unbelievable. And this is in sales in general, right? Why does this happen? We see ooh shiny, right? Or somebody else calls you and they're ready to enroll, but you forgot about, the 3 or 4 people that you should have followed up. So thanks for bringing that up. I think that that's a key thing. And again, follow up. Yeah, there's
50% of those other people that they go off to talk to won't follow up with them. So be the guy that does.
Exactly. That might actually be a full podcast. So appreciate that.
Glad to help.
Yeah, that's amazing. John, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate you being here on Monday morning. I know you're super, super busy. And now people have your phone number and email, so you might get a little bit busier.
And now we resolve it. Look at that.
We got Cameron. This is what he looks like, guys.
Yes.
Just in case you see him on the street. Awesome. John,
this is a signed drum head from the drummer of Def Leppard.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I'll send you a close-up picture there.
Oh, I love that, man. And you got a guitar as well. Man, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
That's signed by Keith Richards. So
man.
Yeah, me and Bud have long conversations, but I love your team. Reach out and talk to me with anything you need, and I'm here for you.
Love that, man. John, thanks again for your time and attention. And everyone else, it is Monday. You got people to see. Go follow up on those phone calls. Make it part of your day. Every day you should have a blocked out time for simple follow-ups. Okay. John, that was great info on that. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Again, go out to YouTube, subscribe, go to the Spotify, subscribe. We're going to make sure that we get you the content that's needed for you guys to have a fantastic season this year. Again, I'm Justin, you know that. Anything that you need, support at askhpm.com, and we will route you to the right place. With that, have a fantastic and productive week. Take care, guys.